what we say in Bulletproof Ballers, what people fail to understand about why our programs work so well, why ATG works so well, why our Bulletproof Ballers program works so well, is the principles behind it. And today I want to talk about the sequence and the order of the exercises, rather than just ATG split squat is ATG and that's going to fix your knee pain, or sissy squats is ATG and it's going to fix your knee pain. I do it as well, we all do on Instagram. We have to play the algorithm on Instagram, because no matter what you say in the Instagram video, you can't really get what you want out there in 60 seconds, right? So on Instagram, you use that to capture attention, and then we help people in the background through our coaching, for our long form, for our workshops. I give out loads of free resources, and that's really where I feel makes a difference, rather than just saying 5 exercises that help your knee pain, and you have ATG split squats, but then someone has severe pain when going into an ATG split squat, so it doesn't really help their knee, and then they think ATG doesn't work for me, right? So let's talk about the sequencing of the exercises to start with. So principle in ATG is that you work from short to long range, and that's even within the sessions, but that's more on a broad scale as well, 2 different ways. So the first exercise always in a program will be some kind of short range knee extensions, if we're just thinking about programs for the knee right now. So that's the sled, that's the banded knee extensions, that's these short range movements that then go on to make our knees feel better and are able to handle the more long range movements further on in the session, right? So first off, even to this day, I'll still use this short range, right? Makes the knee feel good, makes the knee feel warmed up. It's less tension actually on the connective tissue, it's less breakdown. So odds are a backward sled is going to feel better to most people than something like a split squat when they first go into the session, right? So we do that, and then we hit tibs and calves, right? If you think about elbow pain, for example, hitting the muscles below the forearms, doing loads of forearm curls, hitting the biceps and the triceps, you actually feel your elbow feel a lot better. It's the same thing that we're talking about with the knee. So if we go from the sled and then into tib raises, where the muscle doesn't directly cross the knee joint, but it does come just under the knee joint here and connect here. It's the tibialis muscle. So if we do tib raises, I can't do it up against here, but up against a wall somewhere, raising those tibs up, get a super fat pump in the tibs. And then we're doing the calf raises, whether that be straight leg OHL, but also the KOT calf raise, which at the same time is an isometric for that knee. So you're getting used to this knee over toe position without getting movement into it. Isometrics, again, are a regression. They can be good in some instances, they can't be good in others. If you just stick with isometrics forever, it's not going to work. Like isometric in the end range Patrick step up versus 100 kilos on the back and getting in and out of this position, the second one's a lot harder, right? So we start with something like the isometric. We start with the backward sled, which is that knee position, without as much load going through it. Pump the tibs and the calves. Okay, cool. Now, when we go into the more long range exercises, like the split squats, the knee's going to be feeling so much better. It's going to be feeling smoother, the nutrients are already in there. You think about it like metal, right? To bend metal, you need to heat up loads and loads and loads. The same thing applies to the connective tissue with inside the knee. If we heat up the area loads and loads and loads, we get loads of work into it, whether it be below, whether it be actually directly strengthening it in something like the backward sled, in the banded knee extensions, anything like that. When you go into the more bending movements, the more deep knee bends, the more deep range of motion, the more pressure on the connective tissue, it's going to feel a lot better. So principle for today, I want to get into your head, is the sequencing of the movements, right? So there's that. So it works from short range, we go from backward sled first, into tib and calves, into then a Patrick step up, which is then, again, more tension than in that sled, because that's concentric only, but the step up is then the eccentric as well. Then we go into something potentially like a split squat, or even, if you want to do it, a Bulgarian or something like that, and then eventually into something even harder at the end of the session, like a hack squat or VMO pulses, right? But we work from short range to long range, and the same goes with behind the knee. I would program short range band hamstring curls earlier in the session to get all the tendons, all the ligaments behind the knee warmed up before I'd done something like Nordic, which is more long range, or RDL, which is more long range. And actually, there's a principle that like people like Charles Poliquin have said for ages, which is like, whatever you do first gets better. So they would say if you do squat first in the session, that's what's going to get better. But realistically, we actually see that if we do all these other movements first and warm up loads and loads and loads, that our squats, we hit much bigger squats in our session, especially if we've had a previous knee injury, right? So just a short video today running you through why sequencing is so important, and not just, okay, I'm going to take this this exercise that I see off Instagram, start doing that exercise, even though I don't understand what I'm doing, and then the split squats hurt, and then that sucks, and this guy on Instagram sucks, and everything sucks because my knee hurts. Well, actually, let's learn the principles behind it. Let's watch the long form video that's asked me questions. Let's see, okay, actually, I need to program from short to long. Yeah, the backwards sled doesn't actually hurt my knee. And when I warm up the knee in backwards sled, when I now go into the split squat, which hurt me before, the split squat doesn't hurt as much because my knee's warm, right? Okay, cool. And second thing I just want to say on that is that pain is a signal to your brain telling you to stop because something bad is going to happen, right? So if you've not got strength in there, if you've not been using it for a long time, not only is there like tissue breakdown, but pain signals are going to be there because your brain thinks that that's a bad area. So if we're warming up the area and getting it used to more range and more range during the session, by the time you get to your split squats, it's not only going to be warmed up, but your brain's also going to be warmed up of like, oh no, like I've actually been using this area today, like it's getting more and more to that direction, like it's actually not a bad thing. So the pain signals won't be there because your brain knows, okay, I can actually go there. Like the brain is just the communication, sorry, the pain is just the communication with the body, right? So yeah, hope those things make sense. I just went on a little rant because like Instagram is an interesting place. I'm gonna be doing way more YouTube videos. I hope these help. If you have any questions, anything you want me to cover, just comment in the description down below. But I'm just gonna be putting stuff out which I wish I had during my knee journey, the things that I've understand, the things that I keep learning to understand, because it's an infinite game, right? So if you want our help to be able to get back to the sport you love, overcome your knee injuries, be more bulletproof than ever, obviously we've helped a bunch of people to be able to do that. Just click the top line in the description to apply there. If you need anything else from me, just comment down in the YouTube comment section down below. Let's make ballers bulletproof again.